Credit rating agencies would fall under the, is it the Federal Trade Commission's mandate? Credit reporting agency, rather? Sister, under the FTC?
Yeah, the gentleman is correct. That's now an FTC function.
Okay, so
This is a switch from the FTC to the CFPA.
Okay, so just to understand the underlying amendment, what I thought I heard the chairman say is you believe your legislative language would not increase the overall delegated authority. It essentially switches that delegated authority from the Federal Trade Commission to the CFPA. But you mentioned that clearly the credit reporting agencies have a business-to-business function, but besides the individual reports on the credit worthiness of any individual, say at a retail establishment, I mean, they also produce services for tenant screening reports, employment screening reports, skip tracing services for child support enforcement agencies, investigative tools for...
Well, gentlemen, I apologize for keeping track of my mistakes. Sometimes it takes a lot of my time. And I may have not, I didn't state it precisely. As between the discussion draft and this amendment, there's no increase in authority. What the discussion draft did was to leave it with the FTC, but with enhanced FTC authority. This, as between that, gives that, and the enhanced authority was rulemaking. If I could say, and I'll give extra time, the gentleman's being gracious in yielding to me. When we did the FCRA, we learned that there was a problem that Congress had given earlier, and it was not our smartest move. I don't remember where it came from. We gave 6 agencies the authority to draft rules that would allow a consumer to contest information. The way it worked was, if you were a consumer and you got from the credit agency a report that you owed store X money, and you said, I've never been there, or that was a, they said they would have refunded, and you complained, the consumer agency would go to the retailer, to the merchant, and the merchant would simply check its paperwork, and if its paperwork showed you were wrong, you were wrong. We did, on a bipartisan way, mandate that they come up with some method so that you could dispute that and have it resolved. They were very laggard in that. We want to change it. So the bill does give increased rulemaking to the FTC over this, and the amendment takes the increased rulemaking that was given to the FTC over credit reporting, and as I believe in part to give consumers an ability to contest, and it gives it to the CFPA, so my answer was partially wrong.
I thank the chairman for that clarification. To continue on, though, I believe that the credit reporting agencies serve a function in our economy way beyond the scope that would come within the CFPA. Again, we're creating something out of whole cloth here with this product banning agency. I don't know who's going to be the director of this, who's going to be the new czar. We don't know what type of expertise they're going to have, but I'm not sure that it would include tenant screening, employment screening, skip tracing services for child support. I'm not sure that this is this obviously is not the mandate of the CFPA. I frankly think the amendment could do far more harm than good. If the FTC was lacking in regulatory authority, again, what the chairman has said is he's increased, we have previously increased the powers of the FTC to deal with this. And again, I think the amendment could do more harm than good. The FTC has the core competency in this regard. And I believe that by and large, the agency has a history that is fairly good in this regard versus one that we don't know, one that could grow to any size, one that could grow with any type of budget, one that would have a very narrow focus. And so I would urge defeat of the amendment and yield back the balance of my time.
Well, the question is on the amendment. Gentleman, Minnesota.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll strike the